The Lord will lead you. In the darkest moments of life, when the mind is shrouded in gloomy thoughts, when it feels as though life has lost all meaning and hope seems to vanish, there is a path that remains ever open, waiting for you to step forward. It is the path to the Lord, the path of light, of divine guidance, and of spiritual strength. Follow the Lord, for the Lord is not only a source of comfort, but also a beacon of light, guiding you through the storms of the mind to find true meaning and purpose in life. Life can make you feel as though you are lost in a deep, impenetrable forest, where each step feels heavy and every direction leads to a dead end. Suicidal thoughts, feelings of despair, or the desire to give up entirely are not uncommon in this world filled with pressure. Yet even in the deepest darkness, the Lord is reaching out, inviting you to follow. The Lord's path does not promise to erase all hardships, but it offers light to help you see hope, strength to help you rise, and purpose to keep moving forward. There are days when life feels like an endless series of unrelenting pain. You wake up with an emptiness in your heart, as if your very soul has been drained of life. Suicidal thoughts may quietly creep into your mind, like a whispering voice saying, "It's all over," or "There's no reason to go on." You may feel trapped in a spiral of despair, where every dream, hope, and joy is swallowed by darkness. These emotions are not a sign of weakness, but a reminder that you are human, facing the heavy trials of life. The feeling of wanting to give up is not your destiny, but a crossroad where you can choose a different path, the path to the Lord. In the darkest moments, the Lord is not distant. The Lord stands there with open arms, ready to guide you through the storm. The Bible, as a sacred map, shows us that the Lord is always present to lead those who are lost. A profound verse from Psalm 23:4 declares, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for the Lord is with me. The Lord's rod and staff comfort me." This verse is a powerful reminder that even when you feel you are passing through the darkest places, you are not alone. The Lord not only walks with you, but also carries the light of comfort and guidance. The Lord's rod and staff not only protect you from danger, but also guide you step by step on the right path. When you choose to follow the Lord, you choose to step out of the darkness and toward the light of hope. Following the Lord does not mean you will immediately escape all difficulties or suffering. Rather, it means you find a trustworthy guide who knows the path ahead and will never let you stray. The Lord does not promise a life free of challenges, but the Lord promises to be with you, granting you strength to overcome and showing you the path to peace of mind. When you feel that life is not worth living, the Lord invites you to look beyond temporary suffering to see the greater picture that the Lord has painted for you. The Lord's path is one of healing, self-discovery, and rediscovering purpose. By placing faith in the Lord, you begin to realize that your life has value, that you were created with a sacred purpose, and that each step you take with the Lord is a step toward light. One of the greatest gifts the Lord bestows when you follow is the psychological strength to face life's challenges. When you feel like giving up, your mind may be overwhelmed by negative thoughts. as though there is no way out. But when you open your heart to the Lord begins to work within your soul, helping you build a resilient spirit. Following the Lord is not only a spiritual journey, but also a journey of psychological healing. The Lord helps you see yourself through the lens of love and purpose, rather than through the whispers of doubt and despair. Each prayer, each moment spent listening to the Lord's voice is a small step toward rebuilding confidence and courage. One of the reasons many feel that life is not worth living is because they cannot see their purpose. They ask themselves, why am I here? What am I living for? These questions can plunge the mind into a spiral of emptiness. But when you follow the Lord begins to reveal the purpose placed within your heart from the moment of your creation. The Lord did not create you by chance. Every one of us is part of the Lord's grand plan. As you walk the Lord's path, you begin to realize that your life has meaning, that the suffering you endure is not in vain, but serves as lessons drawing you closer to your purpose. The Lord helps you see that you are a unique masterpiece, created to bring light to the world in your own way. Following the Lord is the way to build a steadfast soul, unshaken by the storms of life. When you place faith in the Lord, you receive strength to face fears, doubts, and challenges. The Lord not only guides your path, but also grants you peace that surpasses all understanding, helping you stand firm even when everything around you seems to crumble. The journey of following the Lord is a journey of transformation. Your mind, once captive to dark thoughts, begins to be set free. You learn to see life through the eyes of faith, where every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and every pain is a step toward healing. With the Lord leading the way, you not only survive the dark days, but also learn to live fully, with joy and hope. Beginning the journey to follow the Lord does not require you to have all the answers or to be perfect. It requires only a small step, a moment when you open your heart and say, Lord, I need you. It may be a simple prayer, a quiet moment listening to the Lord's voice, or a decision to seek guidance from the Bible. This first step is the beginning of a new path, where the Lord's light will guide you through each step. One of the most important lessons in following the Lord is learning to trust in the Lord. When you feel hopeless, your mind may convince you there is no way out. But the Lord teaches you that the Lord is trustworthy, that the Lord's plans are always good, and that the Lord will never abandon you. Trusting in the Lord does not mean you will understand everything immediately, but it means learning to place your hand in the Lord's, allowing the Lord to lead you through uncharted paths. Though life may bring dark days, the Lord's light never fades. The Lord is the eternal flame, the inexhaustible source of hope. When you follow the Lord, you will find that even in the darkest moments, there is a spark to guide you. The Lord's path is the path of life, of joy, and of purpose. It is the path you were created to walk. Imagine standing at the edge of an abyss. Beneath your feet lies a deep darkness, where gloomy thoughts swirl like black waves, threatening to sweep you away. Before you, a cold wind blows, carrying whispers of despair. Give up. There's nothing left to go on for. But then, in the midst of that darkness, a light flickers, small but steadfast. It is the light of the Lord, not as dazzling as the sun, but gentle like the flame of a candle, enough to illuminate the path ahead. Do you dare to grasp that light and step forward? There are moments in life when it feels as though the whole world is against you. Suicidal thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They become a heavy shadow, pressing on your chest, making each breath a struggle. You look in the mirror and no longer recognize yourself. The person staring back seems to have lost all hope, all color of life. You ask yourself, what reason do I have to exist? But even in that abyss, the Lord is calling your name, not with a loud voice or miraculous signs, but through a deep stirring in your soul, a gentle invitation, as if the Lord is whispering, "My child, come to me, I know the way." Following the Lord is not about escaping the darkness, but learning to walk through it, with the Lord as your steadfast companion who never abandons you. The Bible, like an eternal lamp, reminds us of the Lord's enduring presence. In John 8:12, the Lord Jesus declares, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." This word is not merely a promise, but a living truth. When you choose to follow the Lord, you do not merely step out of darkness, but carry the light of life within your soul. A light that illuminates new horizons, new possibilities. It is the light of hope, of purpose, and of healing. Picture this light as a lighthouse standing firm amidst a stormy sea. When the ship of your life is tossed by the tempests of existence, that lighthouse remains steady, unwavering, guiding you toward a safe harbor. The Lord is that lighthouse, and the Lord's path is the one that leads you back to yourself, a stronger, more purposeful version of you. Following the Lord is a transformative journey where you not only find light, but become light. As you walk with the Lord begins to reshape your mind, little by little. The dark thoughts that once held you captive start to dissipate, like morning mist under the sun's rays. You begin to see that life is not a series of meaningless days, but a story, and you are the central figure in that story, written by the Lord with love and purpose. This journey is not always easy. There will be days when you stumble, days when you doubt. But the Lord does not demand perfection. The Lord only asks that you keep walking, even if with small steps. Each step taken with the Lord is a step toward healing, toward rediscovering yourself, and toward realizing that your life holds immeasurable value. When you feel that life is not worth living, it is often because you have lost your sense of purpose. You look around and see only lifeless, repetitive days, heavy responsibilities, and shattered dreams. But the Lord sees you differently. The Lord sees a complete picture where every stroke, whether of pain or joy, contributes to a masterpiece. Following the Lord is learning to see life through the Lord's eyes. The Lord does not merely give you a reason to live, but a reason to hope, to dream, to rise each day with a heart full of vitality. The Lord whispers to your soul that you were created for something greater, not just to exist, but to live a life of meaning, to leave a mark on this world in a way only you can. The journey of following the Lord begins with small steps. It may be a moment when you sit down, close your eyes, and pour out your heart's pain to the Lord. It may be a day when you open the Bible and let the Lord's words touch your soul. Or it may be a simple decision. Today, I will choose to believe there is a path ahead and the Lord will lead me. These small steps lead to profound changes. Your mind, once imprisoned by despair, begins to open to new possibilities. You realize that suicidal thoughts, though once overwhelming, are not your destiny. They are but dark clouds, and the Lord is the sunlight breaking through, bringing warmth and clarity. One of the greatest gifts of following the Lord is the sense of connection, not only with the Lord, but also with yourself and those around you. As you walk the Lord's path, you begin to see that you are not alone. The Lord leads you to people who will lift you up, who will remind you that you matter, that you are loved, and that your life has value. The Lord is not only a guide, but a connector. The Lord weaves together relationships, moments, and opportunities for you to find joy in the smallest things. A smile from a stranger, a word of encouragement from a friend, or a moment of peace when you feel the Lord's presence. These are all gifts from the Lord, reminding you that life is still worth living. Life is like a vast ocean where storms can arise without warning. There are days when you feel as though you are drowning, unable to surface for air. But when you follow the Lord does not promise to calm the storm, but promises to teach you how to navigate it. The Lord is the anchor that keeps you steady, the wind that pushes you forward. Each challenge you face on the Lord's path is an opportunity to grow. The dark thoughts that once urged you to give up become lessons in resilience. You learn to rise after every fall, to trust that the Lord is guiding you through the storm, and to find joy even on the hardest days. Following the Lord is a journey of soul restoration. The Lord takes your broken pieces, shattered dreams, unspoken pain, scars of the past, and transforms them into a new picture. You begin to see that what you once thought were weaknesses are the very things that make you strong. With the Lord leading the way, you not only survive the dark days, but learn to live fully with an open heart and an unyielding spirit. The journey of following the Lord does not end at a specific destination, but is a path that continually unfolds before you. Each day is an opportunity to discover more about the Lord, about yourself, and about the world around you. The Lord's light never fades, and the Lord's path always leads to new horizons, where there is hope, purpose, and a life worth living. Imagine yourself as a kite dangling in a gray, turbulent sky, torn by the fierce winds of life. The string holding you is fragile, nearly breaking, and you feel as though you are about to plummet, lost in the endless void of despair. But then another breeze comes, not destructive, but gentle, steady, lifting you little by little. That breeze is the Lord, and when you let the Lord guide you, you not only fly, but soar, rising above the dark clouds to touch the boundless blue sky of hope. There are long nights when you lie awake, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling, but your mind wanders lost in a maze of dark thoughts. Unspoken questions echo. Who am I? Why am I still here? What meaning does this life hold when all it brings is pain? Suicidal thoughts are not always loud. Sometimes they are a quiet whisper, like a shadow creeping into every corner of your soul, urging you to let go of everything. But amidst that screaming silence, there is another voice, small but clear, calling to you. It is the voice of the Lord, without judgment, without reproach, only an invitation. Come to me, my child. I have prepared a path for you. That path is not an immediate escape from suffering, but a journey where you learn to soar, to stand firm, and to rediscover yourself in the Lord's light. The Bible, like an ancient map written in light, reminds us that the Lord is always the guide, even when the destination is unseen. In Isaiah 40:31, it is written, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." This word is a radiant promise, like a flame blazing in the darkest night. When you follow the Lord not only gives you strength to walk, but teaches you to soar above the storms of the mind, soar through pain that seems insurmountable. The Lord is the wind that lifts you, the strength that helps you reach horizons you never dared to dream of. Following the Lord is a journey of rebirth, where you not only find light, but become part of that light. Picture your soul as a seed buried beneath cold, hard earth. Despairing thoughts, feelings of meaninglessness are like stones weighing you down, preventing you from breaking through. But the Lord is the patient gardener, watering you with hope, removing the stones with love, and calling you to rise toward the light. Each step you take with the Lord is a shovel breaking through the hardened soil. Each moment you trust in the Lord is a ray of sunlight piercing the darkness. Gradually, you realize you are no longer a fragile seed. You are sprouting, growing, becoming a strong tree, ready to face the storms. The Lord's path is the path of life, where you do not merely exist, but truly live with a radiant heart and an unyielding spirit. There are days when your world seems painted in a single color, the gray of emptiness. You look out the window, but see no sunlight, only heavy clouds. You hear the laughter of others, but it does not touch your heart. Life, with all the vibrancy it once held, now seems like a faded painting, and you wonder if it's worth picking up the brush to paint again. But the Lord does not see you through that gray lens. The Lord sees you as an unfinished painting, a masterpiece waiting to be completed. When you follow the Lord hands you a new brush, a vibrant palette, and says, "Paint with me. I will show you how to bring color back." The Lord's path is one of creation, where you learn to repaint your sky, not with shades of gray, but with the colors of hope, purpose, and joy. Following the Lord does not mean you will instantly have a perfect life where all problems vanish. Instead, the Lord teaches you to find joy in the small, seemingly ordinary moments. A peaceful morning when you feel your own breath, a smile from a stranger, a moment when you look up and see sunlight filtering through the trees. These are all brushstrokes the Lord adds to the canvas of your life. These moments are proof that life is still worth living, that even in the darkest days, there are sparks of light waiting for you to notice. When you follow the Lord helps you focus on those sparks instead of being swept away by the darkness. The Lord teaches you to cherish each moment, each breath, each opportunity to begin anew. The Lord not only helps you repaint your own sky, but invites you to become part of a larger canvas, the canvas of the world, of humanity, of the grand plan the Lord has set forth. When you feel your life is meaningless, the Lord reminds you that you are an essential stroke in the Lord's masterpiece. Every action you take, no matter how small, has meaning. Every smile you share, every kind word, every step you take with the Lord is a brushstroke that makes this world more radiant. There will be days when you feel as though you are walking against the current of life. Dark thoughts return, like waves crashing against the shore, trying to pull you back into the abyss. But when you follow the Lord, you learn that those dark days are not the end, but challenges that make you stronger. The Lord does not promise a smooth path, but the Lord promises to walk with you, to hold your hand, and to never let you lose your way. Following the Lord is learning perseverance, not through your own strength, but through the strength the Lord provides. Each time you feel like giving up, the Lord reminds you that you are stronger than you think. Each time you feel you cannot go on, the Lord whispers, "You can, for I am with you." The Lord's path is one of resilience, where you learn to rise, though your legs may tremble, and to keep walking, though the path ahead is shrouded in mist. The journey of following the Lord has no final stop. It is a lifelong path, where each day brings new lessons, new opportunities, and new rays of light. The Lord not only leads you through dark days, but guides you to horizons you never imagined. With each step, you grow stronger, wiser, and more hopeful. Picture yourself standing at the base of a towering mountain, its peak shrouded in thick clouds, the paths upward hidden by dense fog. Your feet feel heavy, as if chained to the ground by the invisible shackles of despair. Thoughts of giving up, of abandoning everything, are like a cold wind blowing through your soul, urging you to turn back and sink into the darkness. But then, from the mountain's peak, a light flickers, not blinding, but warm, like a small flame calling you forward. That is the Lord's light, and the Lord is beckoning with a voice gentle yet powerful. "Climb, my child, I will go with you." There are moments when you feel trapped in a prison built by your own mind. The walls are suicidal thoughts. The bars are the feeling that life is no longer worth living. Each day feels like a sentence, and you wonder if there is any escape, or if this is all you will ever have. A series of dark days, without light, without hope. But the Lord does not see you as a prisoner. The Lord sees you as a weary traveler, temporarily lost, but with a path still ahead. The Lord does not tear down your prison with violent force, but unlocks the door with a key forged from love and guidance. When you choose to follow the Lord, you not only step out from the walls of your mind, but begin a journey up the mountain of hope, where you can see the world from a new perspective, where the sky is open and your heart is free. The Bible, like a book written in the stars, illuminates your path through the darkest nights. In Matthew 11:28, the Lord Jesus declares, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This word is not just an invitation, but a door to a new world. When you follow the Lord not only guides you through rugged paths, but lifts you up, giving you strength to climb the steep cliffs of life. The Lord is the tireless guide, the companion who never leaves, the flame that never fades. With the Lord, each step you take is a step toward freedom, toward a stronger version of yourself. Following the Lord is a mountain climb where you confront not only external challenges, but also yourself. Each dark thought, each moment of despair is a stone on your path. But the Lord does not ask you to overcome them alone. The Lord walks beside you, showing you where to place your feet. And when you are exhausted, the Lord is the strength that carries you forward. This journey is not about conquering the mountain in an instant, but about learning to climb. One step, one breath, one moment of choosing to trust in the Lord. Picture this journey as a grand adventure. You are an explorer, and the Lord is a living map, guiding you through dark valleys to radiant peaks. Each step you take with the Lord is a victory, not because you have overcome every hardship, but because you have chosen not to stop. You have chosen light over darkness. You have chosen hope over despair. There are days when you look in the mirror and do not recognize the person staring back. That person seems like a shadow, a faded version of someone you once knew. The dreams you once held dear, the joys you once felt, are now distant memories, buried beneath the ashes of disappointment. The thought of giving up is not just about abandoning life, but about abandoning yourself, abandoning the idea that you have value, that you matter, that you are worthy of living. But the Lord never forgets who you are. The Lord sees you with the eyes of your Creator, beholding the beauty you have lost sight of, the potential you have overlooked. When you follow the Lord begins to lead you back to yourself, not the person you once were, but the person you were created to become. The Lord is the artist, and you are the masterpiece being perfected, stroke by stroke, color by color, moment by moment. Following the Lord is a journey of rediscovering your worth. The Lord not only guides you through challenges, but helps you realize that you are a precious gem, created with a unique purpose. When you feel life is not worth living, the Lord whispers to your soul, "You are my masterpiece. You were created to shine." These words are not mere comfort, but a profound truth, a flame kindled within you, helping you see your own light. Imagine your soul as a diamond buried beneath the dust of suffering. The Lord is the master jeweler, patiently wiping away the grime, polishing each facet until the diamond sparkles once more. Each step you take with the Lord is a moment of polishing, a moment when you realize you are not only worthy of life, but worthy of love, worthy of dreams, worthy of soaring high. When you follow the Lord, your life begins to regain its color. The gray days are slowly replaced by radiant moments, not because all problems vanish, but because you learn to see them through the Lord's lens. You begin to understand that each challenge is an opportunity to grow, each pain a brushstroke in the larger canvas of your life. With the Lord leading the way, you not only survive the dark days, but learn to live fully with an open heart and a blazing spirit. There will be days when you feel there is nothing left to hold on to. Suicidal thoughts return like raging waves, trying to pull you to the depths of the sea. But the Lord is the lighthouse, piercing through the darkness, the lifeboat keeping you afloat. The Lord does not promise that life will always be easy, but the Lord promises to always be there, guiding you through the waves, leading you to a safe shore. Following the Lord is learning to grasp hope, even when it seems impossible. Hope is not a fleeting emotion, but a choice. A choice to believe that light still exists, that the path continues, that you still have a purpose. With each step you take with the Lord, hope becomes your strength, the flame that keeps you warm in the coldest nights. The Lord's path is one that leads to a new horizon, where you do not merely exist, but truly live, with a heart full of hope and an unyielding spirit. The Lord guides you through dark valleys, up to mountain peaks, where you can see the beauty of life, of yourself, and of the plan the Lord has laid out for you. With the Lord, there is no end, only new beginnings, new opportunities, and new dreams. There are moments when you feel as though you are drowning. Suicidal thoughts are not just a passing breeze, but a flood, sweeping away all hope, all reasons to cling to life. You feel as if you do not belong here, as if the world has turned its back on you, leaving you alone amidst the rushing waters. Standing there, trembling, your mind imprisoned by whispers of meaninglessness, they ask, "What is worth living for? Why go on?" But the Lord does not let you drown in that flood. The Lord is the wind that shifts the current, the new stream leading you to a safe shore. The Lord does not judge you for your moments of weakness, nor turn away in your darkest hours. Instead, the Lord stands there, arms wide open, ready to guide you through the raging waves of your mind toward a place where the light never fades. The Bible, like a river flowing endlessly, brings us promises of life and hope. In Jeremiah 29:11, the Lord declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans for peace and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope." This word is a precious gem, sparkling in the river of suffering. When you follow the Lord not only pulls you from the rushing waters of despair, but leads you to a future prepared for you. A future not defined by dark days, but by the light of purpose and hope. The Lord is the living water, nourishing your parched soul, helping you bloom in the desert of emptiness. Following the Lord is like stepping into a new river, not a river of destruction, but a river of life. The Lord does not require you to be strong from the start or to have all the answers. The Lord only invites you to step into the water, to let the Lord lead you. Each step you take with the Lord is a moment when the Lord's current washes away the scars of the past, the dark thoughts, the nameless pains. The Lord's river is not a place to sink, but a place to rise, stronger, more alive. Picture this journey as a voyage on a vast river. You are the rower, and the Lord is the helmsman, knowing every bend, every rapid. When you feel you are about to be swept away, the Lord keeps you safe, showing you how to navigate the waves, guiding you to calm waters where you can rest and regain strength. There are days when you feel you have lost everything, not just dreams, not just hope, but yourself. You look at the river of life and see only fragments floating by, pieces of the person you once were. The thought of giving up becomes a tempting call, as if the water is beckoning you to merge with it and disappear. But the Lord sees you differently. The Lord does not see a broken person, but a soul waiting to be reborn. The Lord is the potter, and you are the clay in the Lord's hands. The cracks, the fragments, are not signs of failure, but raw material for the Lord to craft a new masterpiece. When you follow the Lord begins to mold you, bit by bit, transforming the broken pieces into a new form, stronger, more beautiful. The Lord's path is one of rebirth, where you not only rediscover yourself, but uncover a version of you that you never knew existed. Following the Lord is a journey of discovering the strength hidden deep within you, strength you did not know you possessed. When you feel life is not worth living, the Lord reminds you that you were created with a purpose, that you carry a divine spark ready to ignite into a flame. The Lord leads you to the deep waters of your soul, where you face fears, doubts, and shadows, but also where you find your own light. Imagine your soul as a ship run aground on a dry riverbed. The Lord is the rising tide, lifting your ship, setting it afloat again. With each step you take with the Lord, you learn to raise your sails, catch the wind of hope, and let the Lord guide you to new seas where the horizon always shines. When you follow the Lord, your life takes on new meaning. The days you once thought were meaningless become chapters in a larger story. The story the Lord is writing for you. Each moment of suffering, each dark thought becomes part of the journey leading you closer to your purpose. The Lord teaches you to see the waves not as threats, but as opportunities to learn to sail, to become stronger, more resilient. There will be days when darkness returns, like sudden storms on a calm river. Suicidal thoughts may come back, like waves trying to drag you under. But when you follow the Lord, you learn that darkness is not the final enemy. The Lord is the light piercing through the storm. the wind pushing you past the waves. The Lord does not promise a river without storms, but promises to be there, steering your ship, guiding you to a safe harbor. Following the Lord is learning to trust in the Lord, even when the river grows wild. Trust does not mean understanding every turn, but choosing to hold the Lord's hand, letting the Lord lead you through deep waters. Each time you choose trust, you build a stronger ship, a more resilient soul. You learn to see the waves not as threats, but as lessons that help you grow. The Lord's path is one that leads to a new shore, where you do not merely survive, but truly live, with a heart full of hope and a blazing spirit. The Lord guides you through dark waters, to horizons where the light never fades. With the Lord, each day is an opportunity to explore, to heal, and to become the person the Lord created you to be.